What? What's that comment section? You say there's something different about me today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you noticed. I actually bought a watch, so now when I do my skits about what time it is, I can point to this instead of pretending I have a watch on. That's good of you to notice. Wait, what? It wasn't that? Something happened to my beard. So it did. See, it's a funny story, ladies and gentlemen. So I was out one day and I decided to. And when it was all said and done, she offered me a piece of her cherry pie. So yeah, in the end, I guess we all learned a life lesson, and that's how my beard and hair got cut. And I think it's now time for us to get into the news. So Richard Lewis leaves full-time hosting job at Eleague. If you guys didn't know, this guy is he was a host. And over at his Twitter handle, he had talked about, that would be at Eleague TV. He was speaking about pursuing more personal opportunities. So in this case, this isn't one of those moments where an Overwatch League pro player had decided to go on some racist or sexist tangent and got fined and decided to quit. In the case of a host, this guy's just pursuing better opportunities. So that's really good. I'm glad to see that coming from esports, and it's not always negative news. However, unfortunately, I do have to talk about an Overwatch pro having a dramatic reprimanding that he wished wasn't filmed. So yeah, this is basically trying to make esports pros into reality TV stars. So there's a video, you guys can go check it out. It's called Last Chance Inside LA Valiant Episode 3 Overwatch League Inaugural Season. It has a good amount of dislikes as opposed to the likes. What ended up happening is that they have coaches, they have starter rosters, they have backup bench warmers, things like that for people who need to go in and out of games. It's just like professional games, it's just like basketball. So the coach was telling this individual, hey, you only have one more shot to make the starting roster, and if you don't, then you're going to not be on the starting roster. And it was a big dramatic blow up in an In-N-Out burger parking lot, I believe. So, and they recorded it, and he said, he really didn't want them to record it, but he didn't really have an option. He didn't really have the ability to say no, because it's in his contract that he has to allow them to record any type of videos they want about him regarding these activities. So I feel really bad for this guy, but he did indeed sign his name on the dotted line. So Grand Theft Auto 5 has a new online update that allows you to do target practice during racing modes. During the race, every lap, you will switch seats with whoever's driving, and they will become the shooter and you will become the driver. And basically, you're just trying to take out targets. It's a pretty cool mode, and it's pretty fresh and really, really nice to allow people to have something new to come out of Grand Theft Auto 5. Once again, they're always updating stuff in online activities. This is pretty fun race mode to try out. It seems that Final Fantasy 15 is never going to end, according to a picture that has come out talking about DLC that extends all the way into 2019. There's quite a bit of DLC in Final Fantasy 15, probably one of the best games that you can get that will continue to take up your time and allow you to be entertained at the same time you really do enjoy those types of games. I love Final Fantasy 15. I think it's an absolutely great game. And even if you didn't have any of the DLC, there's still New Game Plus and many activities to do to 100% the game without this DLC. This DLC is just nice crowning jewels, shall we put it. That's a good pun for Final Fantasy 15 because it's about kings. Get it? Crowning jewels, 10 out of 10, right? Hey, what time it is? Is it time for Pro to stop making crappy puns? Yep, I think it's time for Pro to stop making crappy puns. The worst part of Fortnite's popularity is the player-unknown battleground Snobs. So yeah, just like back in the day with Halo versus Call of Duty, there are people on both sides of each game, respectively saying that each individual game is the better game. Although both of the games essentially did the same thing. They were first-person shooters set in certain universes. One set in one that is slightly more realistic than the other one. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both video games. They both do basically the same thing. They're both battle royale settings. I mean, come on, man. Why are people being snobby about that? Especially player-unknown battleground snobs coming over to Fortnite saying, well, man, Fortnite's just so crappy, so terrible. There is a massive article on this, and it even references Pewdiepie talking about Fortnite, saying that, YouTube is overrun by Fortnite. And hey, I can sympathize with that. That is absolutely true. But again, this is just a cycle of things. It's been about 10 years since the height of the popularity of Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4. So this is just a rerun of things that have already happened. Modern Warfare 2 and Halo Reach, and I mean, it just happens, man. It happens. Things go in cycles, and this is just one of them. This is going to be going on for quite some time. I'm 100% sure. But it will eventually end. There will be new games that will come along. So while Fortnite might be a massive game and massively popular now, it likely won't remain that way. Just like how PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds was a massive and popular game at one point in time, and now its popularity has declined. So whether you like one or the other or both, it really doesn't matter. They're both games, and they will have their time in the spotlight, and they will likely be overshadowed eventually. I'm just saying, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, there's the news on that. There's also an article talking about how to keep your Fortnite account safe from hackers. I strongly suggest that you read about this. Okay, let me just keep it straight. Okay, let me just make sure that you're on the same page with me. If you want to be protected from hackers, one, don't try to hack your own game, because you're just opening yourself up to the tools that can be used to manipulate you. Two, do not go to shady links online with your Fortnite account signed in, things like that. And three, only download Fortnite from the official websites and the official console sources. So there you go. That's a good method to keep it safe. But there's also the fact that you can enter in two-factor authentication. So if your parents have a cell phone of some type, just keep yourself signed in on the console and activate two-factor authentication and have a real strong password. So those are the methods that will keep your Fortnite account safe, but this article does go in depth with it. And finally, in Fortnite news, Fortnite's Raven skin is out, and players are making their first ever cosmetic gaming purchase. So yeah, microtransactions, Fortnite, you can buy the Raven skin. I guess I don't know. That's a thing. It will cost 2,000 V-bucks, and it's about $20. That's a lot of money, man, for an outfit. But hey, if you want to get it, I guess $20 for this, or I could show you what $20 could get you in terms of video games, and you would likely be able to get a game that would last you forever. The aforementioned Final Fantasy 15 can be acquired, the base game itself, without the DLCs, but again, it's a very lengthy game. I spent quite some time on it. Some people spend upwards into 200 hours on Final Fantasy 15. You could get that for $20, or you could get a digital costume. It's your choice. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Speaking of Final Fantasy 15, Square Enix explains the Dragon Quest XI Switch delay and the 3DS no-show. The long and the short of this article is, unfortunately, that due to the simple fact the Unreal Engine wasn't ready at the time of the Switch, they had said that they wanted to develop this game in tandem with the Switch and try and make sure all the games release properly on time. This didn't happen, unfortunately, and they said that they wanted the PlayStation 4 and Steam versions of the games to be the main entries. But they said just due to the simple fact of the delay of the Unreal Engine not being compatible with the Switch at first, it caused problems for them and they weren't able to develop the game properly in time, once again. And they said that they intentionally did not localize the 3DS release as well for various reasons. So once again, this just all comes down to the fact that the developmental team couldn't use the Unreal Engine at the time because the NX was so fresh. The SNK 40th Anniversary Collection is coming this year to the Nintendo Switch. If you guys like the SNK games, if you like collection of games, I absolutely love collections of games. This is a really, really great thing. If you want to know what games come on it, I'll put it up on the screen, and there you go. That's NIS of America announcing also a limited edition, which includes a physical copy of the game, soundtrack, art book, and a nicer box. Put that in quotes, probably going to be a steel box or something. Really, really cool. I love collection games. They're really, really nice to play. Give you a bunch of games that used to cost tons of money back in the day, but now you get them all for one price. Likely going to be $20, but maybe this will be a little bit more expensive. We'll have to see. And finally, does spending more money on a game make you feel obligated to play it? This is just an article. Once again, this is opinionated, so there's no right answer or wrong answer. But I do think if you go out and buy a Steam game that's $60, you're gonna feel guilty if you don't play it. You're gonna be like, man, that's $60. It just blew and it didn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? So likely, yeah, you're probably gonna feel a lot more obligated to play a game that you spent a lot of money on, as opposed to a game that you maybe have gotten for free or $1 or $2 or $10. You know what I mean? So let me know what your opinions of that are in the comment section below. So I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. Remember, stay subscribed, click that bell so that you know when I upload a video first, and I suppose I'll see you back here next time.